Bitcoin price action might be a little bit short-term bearish as we're trading around $106,000, but Bitcoin 2025 in Las Vegas, which I'm reporting to you live from now, is absolutely amazing, and the future is very, very bright. I was honored to be able to see VP Vance speak, and he is beyond bullish on not just Bitcoin, but crypto and blockchain. I'm going to go ahead and break all of this down, let you know what happened with the talks, and yes, we might have some altcoin news, because not only are we getting closer to an XRP spot ETF getting approved, but the fact that this administration is so pro-crypto, this is good for the entire industry, because it means altcoins will rise with Bitcoin as far as adoption goes. Vance took the stage at Bitcoin 2025 and it was massive. He went on to say, big thank you to the Gemini Winklevoss twins for pushing forward in Silicon Valley despite how negative they were regarding crypto. Because without them and without a lot of other Bitcoiners and crypto people, this administration might not have gotten in. And it was crucial for them to come into office because they are so pro-innovation. He also went on to say, this isn't a conference, this is a movement. The future is decided by you, not unelected bureaucrats. And he was hitting hard on the unelected bureaucrats part, primarily because people like Gary Gensler, which he also did brag about firing. And I love that. And he also said, with President Trump in office, crypto finally has an ally. And probably something the most important that stood out was the fact he didn't just say Bitcoin, he talked about Bitcoin and crypto. So yes, Bitcoin and altcoins have a seat at the table. It's not just Bitcoin. With altcoins, it's going to take time. One of the things that stuck out to me the most is he talked about the Genius Act, which is the Stablecoin Bill Act. He said that that needs to go through first before they can continue to build in the US, crypto-wise. He went on to say, once the Genius Act passes, clear and transparent regulation will come next. And he said, do not ignore politics because politics will not ignore the crypto community, basically meaning that the public servants are here, traditional finance is here, and that our voices matter and we need to use them. And y'all know you could write the SEC at any time, right? Yeah, and you can also write your public servants in your local neighborhood and demand equality for retail investors. And then he went on to say that crypto is essentially a hedge against all the insanity that is currently happening. And you guys know that's something I've talked about myself. Also on stage, my good buddies from Altcoin Daily moderated with Eric and Donald Trump Jr., and they gave their price predictions for 2026. Eric Trump says Bitcoin will hit 170,000 by 2026, and Donald Trump Jr. says Bitcoin will hit between 150 and 175 by 2026. Either way, I'm happy about it. Then Eric Trump went on to say that everybody in the world wants Bitcoin, and this is 100% true. He says royal families, financial institutions, and huge companies, everybody wants it, everyone is buying. And earlier yesterday, Pakistan's government is reportedly planning to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Quote, we are holding Bitcoin and we will never sell them. And this is a gentleman from Pakistan speaking on behalf of their government. So the Trumps were right. Everybody wants to own Bitcoin. They want to use it as a hedge. And of course, it wouldn't be a Bitcoin conference without some insanity with Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor took the stage and told Eric Trump to mortgage Mar-a-Lago and buy Bitcoin. Take $2 billion and go long. Again, you guys, I appreciate everything Michael Saylor's done for Bitcoin to an extent, but at the end of the day, this man just loves to take out debt and essentially speculate on Bitcoin long term. But he also came out and refused to give the public addresses for his company and his Bitcoin holdings for OPSEC reasons. But of course, Arkham Digital went ahead and figured that out. But again, you all do whatever makes you feel right when it comes to Bitcoin and your investments. These people have completely different goals and lifestyles than you, and that's okay. Back to Vice President J.D. Vance. Not only did they fire Gary Gensler, but they're going after all of these unelected bureaucrats that are just not serving the American people. And this does have to do with digital assets primarily. Vance went on to say that 50 million Americans own Bitcoin, and he personally believes that 100 million will own Bitcoin very soon. He means retail, so some of you need to get it together and really start researching Bitcoin. Again, all of these institutions are buying, and you don't want to get left behind. And then, of course, we had a crazy prediction from Adam Beck. He says that Bitcoin will be 1 million in 5 years, which I might not be surprised about that considering how bullish strategy, BlackRock, all these other institutions are. And again, just from listening to all the different talks at the Bitcoin 2025 event, I personally believe we're going to really start to see crypto legislation take off after the Genius Act is passed, because it's about stablecoins. A lot of these institutions are not able to get into Bitcoin or crypto right now because they will need access to stablecoins. Again, I'm not a big fan of the Genius Act because I do think it will lead to a CBDC, but I do want crypto to advance, and I do want to get all of these crypto spot ETFs approved. And most of them have been delayed. Again, we should get some clarity to the XRP, HBAR, Link, Solana ETFs between Q3 and Q4, between like July and October. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the recap of Bitcoin 2025 for May 28th. I will catch you soon. Bye-bye.